Welcome back to Storytime Spectacular. Our topic is The Great Welcome Mix-Up. Watch to the end to see what happened to Mrs. Welcomely. Once upon a time, in a cheerful assembly hall, Mrs. Welcomely was getting ready to welcome some special guests. Mrs. Welcomely stands at the entrance, holding a sign that says, "Welcome." First, Mr. Goldie arrived, sparkling from head to toe. Mr. Goldie walks in, glittering with a shiny gold ring and fancy clothes. Mrs. Welcomely's eyes widen with amazement.
"Oh, Mr. Goldie, please sit here in the best seat."
Mrs. Welcomely ushers Mr. Goldie to a grand chair with a cushion and a golden footstool. Then Mr. Rusty came in, looking a bit, rusty. Mr. Rusty shuffles in, wearing patched clothes and mismatched shoes. Mrs. Welcomely frowns slightly.
"Oh, Mr. Rusty, you can stand over there, or maybe sit under this stool."
Mrs. Welcomely points to a spot near the door where there's a small, uncomfortable stool. Mrs. Welcomely thought she was doing the right thing, but little did she know. She was about to learn a big lesson. Mr. Goldie and Mr. Rusty exchange confused looks. Mr. Rusty sighs and slumps. Suddenly, a bright light filled the hall and a wise voice spoke. A spotlight appears and a voice, off-screen, echoes.
Mrs. Welcomely, why are you treating them differently? Aren't they both special guests?
But Mr. Goldie is so shiny and important looking.
It's not the clothes or rings that make someone special. Treat everyone with kindness and respect, no matter how they look.
Mrs. Welcomely understood her mistake and quickly made things right. Mrs. Welcomely helps Mr. Rusty to a nice chair next to Mr. Goldie and offers him some lemonade.
"I'm so sorry, Mr. Rusty. Please sit here and enjoy yourself."
From that day on, Mrs. Welcomely treated every guest like royalty, and the assembly hall was always filled with joy and laughter. Mr. Goldie, Mr. Rusty, and Mrs. Welcomely laughed together, clinking their lemonade glasses. So remember, kids, it doesn't matter what someone looks like on the outside. What matters is treating everyone with love and respect. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, thra, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, Sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, Stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. 4. Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts? James the Cool, 2-4.